Hi, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to edit your headers and footers. Now for many people they're a little bit confused by headers and footers, which I completely understand, but this is a really basic tutorial. So the first thing is how to get into the headers and footers. So there's two ways. First way is double click at the top of your page and we're immediately in the headers and footers. We can exit them by one of two ways, which is double clicking on the middle of the document, or go to Insert, Headers and Footers, click on the drop down. It doesn't matter if you're in headers or footers. You can choose one of these designs if you want to, but just go down to Edit Header, and again you'll be in the headers and footers. And again, to exit, you just click Close Headers and Footers. So that's how you get in and out of the headers. Second thing is, the headers and footers are an area where you can place text, images, graphics, photos, icons, logos, and they will repeat on every page of your document. So let's just quickly insert something. So go to Insert, Pictures, click on the drop down, Picture from File. Let's just choose a logo, click Insert, and here you have your logo. Now, when you insert anything into Word, like a picture or an image, then often you cannot move it. So we just have to quickly change the wrapping on this image. So right click on it, go down to Wrap Text and click on In Front of Text. Now you can move this around anywhere and you can also resize it. Now, because you've inserted this whilst you're in your headers and footers, this element will now repeat on every page. Now, first of all, many people think that because you're in the headers and footers, everything has to be squashed into this section at the top where this blue line is almost like a barrier to say don't put anything below this line, don't put anything above this blue line. Well, in actual fact, it doesn't matter where you put your element, be it a picture or logo, it will repeat no matter where you put it anywhere on your page. Because you've inserted it whilst in your headers and footers, it will simply repeat on every page wherever you place it. So let's say I put it here. I'm going to double click back into the main document by double clicking the middle. Now you can see it's grayed out. I'm going to go to Insert and I'm going to insert a blank page. And as you can see, it's perfectly replicated on the next page. Now, people do get slightly irritated with the fact that things are greyed out in the headers and footers. But realistically, it's a way that Word can identify, well, this is not going to move because it's behind and it's now on the headers and footers and you're now in your main document. So whichever part of your document glows or is perfectly black or the colour you set it at, means that's what you're editing, or that part of it is the piece that you're customizing. So as you can see, we're now in the main document because it's all black. If we go back into headers and footers, the main document's now grayed out. So titles and text, you can simply type where the cursor is at the top here. So if you needed to put some title text in here, however, it's a bit restrictive. So for me, I always use text boxes. And the reason I use text boxes is because, again, you can move these anywhere you like. So go to Insert, Text Box, click on the drop down and select Draw Text Box. Just click and draw a text box. And now I'm just going to put my title text in here. Let's just make that a little bit bigger. Just going to use this increase font size, make it bold. There we go. Now to deselect anything in your headers and footers, if you try to click here, you can see I'm not deselecting this text box, it's still selected. You have to click above the blue line or below the blue line to deselect it. And as you can see, we've got this black border that runs around the outside, which you can keep that if you want, but I personally don't want to. So select it, go to Shape Format, click on this icon here, click on the drop down and select No Outline. Deselect. And you can see that line has now disappeared. Now the beauty of using text boxes is now I can put this anywhere I like, as far at the bottom as I want, the middle of my page. If I want this text repeated on every page, I can literally put it anywhere I want. Now obviously if you're typing, it's restricted to the margins within your headers and footers. So it's just, I find much easier just to put everything into a text box. Now, in terms of the alignment, if you want this perfectly centered or to the left or right, select it, go to Shape Format, go to Align, click on the drop down, and here are all your alignment tools. So really you can do align to left. That will be aligned to the left of your page or the margins of your page. Align to center and align to right. So again, you can use that tool to perfectly align your text. Now you'll notice that this text here isn't lined up with this text here, and that's because your text isn't aligned correctly within the text box. You need to go back to the Home tab and choose one of these. This is align to left, which it currently is. Align to center will put that text in the center of the box. Align to right will mean it's over to the right. So if you wanted to then align this to the right of the page, go back up to shape format, align to right. And now that T, or the character there, will be perfectly lined up with the margins here. And I'll just center that to the page. Now for some reason I've clicked on orange and I think I've selected this one here. So I'm just going to go up to no outline. Just take that outline back off. Now the next thing is normally page numbers. So again, if we go down to footers and we go back to our headers and footers tab at the top, go to page numbers, click on the drop down and select page numbers. And here it's very simple and easy. You can just choose where you want your page numbers to lie. You can show them on your first page or not, but if you uncheck this box, the page number will not appear on the first page, but neither will any of your graphics. So this is basically telling Word, don't show anything from the headers and footers on the first page, including all of your graphics. So I keep that checked, click OK, and here you can see your page numbers. Now mine start at 0 because that is what I have formatted, but if I go back to page numbers and I go to format page numbers, you can see here I will start at 0. I can just change that to 1 and click OK. And now you can see my page numbers run as normal. Now, just so you're aware, you can edit these page numbers. So if you click on it and then you click and drag and select it, go to Home, you can increase the size of it. You can change the font of it. Let's choose this one. You can even change the color of it if you really want to. I'll just keep it at black. You can underline it and you can make it bold. Basically, you can use any of these customization tools to fully customize your page numbers. If you want to insert a photograph, go to Insert, Pictures. Now you'll want to select Picture from File. I'm just going to select a stock image and I'm just going to click on this one here and click Insert. And once again, it's moved everything around, including this blue line. So just right click on it, go down to Wrap Text. In fact, you can't see that. So select the picture, make sure you're on picture format, go to Wrap Text, click on the drop down and select in front of text. And then you can just move that up. And then you can place this image anywhere you like. Now, if you really wanted to, you could use an image as a complete background for your document. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's just get rid of these two pieces of graphic. And I'm going to stretch this picture out across my entire document. Let's just pull this down and pull it across. So that now stretches across my whole document, but I'm going to edit this image, so make sure it's selected. You'll know if it's selected because picture format will appear at the top. So click on it and then I'm going to go over to transparency. I'm going to click on the drop down and I'm going to make it fairly transparent so we can see the text through it, and you can see how transparent it is. And if I go to header and footer, go to close header and footer, you can see we've got a very faint picture in the background. In fact, it's a bit too faint. So I'm going to go back into the headers and footers, select the image, go to picture format, transparency. Let's make that a little bit brighter. There we go. Go to header and footer and close the headers and footers. Okay, so the one thing you need to be aware of is, although this picture is there, looks perfect at the moment, remember this is greyed out. So it is made to look much more faded than it will do if you convert this to a PDF. So I'll show you now. If I go to File and go to Save, I'm going to go down to PDF and I'm going to export this as a PDF. And now I'm going to show you what will happen if you export this or if you print it out. So I've now opened up this PDF file and you can clearly see the difference between the PDF and your document in Word. And that's, as I say, because the headers and footers images are greyed out, But when you export this as a PDF or you print it out, this is what it's actually going to look like. So that's something, again, to be very aware of when you're using some kind of background image. So if you want to get rid of anything, then again, double click at the top, select the image. You can tell you've selected it because picture format is there, and just press the delete key and that background picture will disappear. So I have plenty of videos on how to create letterheads, also how to customize your page numbers, how to insert page numbers on page 3 and from different numbers, and I'll link all of those videos down below. So I hope that's helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.